Welcome to Intermediate Hatha Flow. Hi, I'm Leslie. This yoga practice is not about the pose. It's an inside job, and you don't have to be perfect. Begin sitting comfortably, nice and tall. Close your eyes. Take deep, comfortable breaths. As you inhale, begin to fill your belly, your low back. Expand all the way around your rib cage and then draw it up into your chest and your upper back. As you exhale, do so slowly, smoothly, and completely. Today we'll move through poses to stretch the front and back of your body, your hips, hamstrings, shoulders, neck, and more. Remember to breathe. Let go of what your poses look like. It doesn't matter. Be gentle and kind to your body as well as your mind. You already have everything you need within you for this practice and your life beyond the mat. Switch the cross of your legs. Inhale and begin moving to your right, left, and around, and then forward again. Make a big circle with your torso. And just move in a way that feels good in your body. You can close your eyes and just pay attention to how it feels. Stay grounded through the legs and hips. Pause. Inhale, fingertips forward. You can stay up, or exhale, walk yourself forward any amount for a little hip stretch. Breathe right into those hips, releasing any tension, any place you might be holding. Check your neck and shoulders and jaw for sure. Take another big breath. Inhale to walk up and switch the cross again. And now try to go the other direction. Actually, never mind. Inhale, bring your chest forward, look up, lift your chin. And now as you exhale, everything out, round your back, draw your belly in and up. Once again, inhale, open the chest, look up, lengthen, let your head go back if it's okay on your neck. Exhale, round your back, pull your belly in and up, chin towards chest. Inhale, bringing the heart forward, lift the chin, move your head from side to side, and then exhale. Pull the belly in as you draw all the air out, rounding the back. Once again, inhale, open your chest, open your heart wide. Exhale, pull the belly in, chin toward chest, rounding your back. And then fingertips forward, sit up tall, inhale, exhale, walk yourself forward or not. It's up to you and how that feels on your hips. So always being mindful as you move into a posture, go slowly. Let your breath take you deeper as you're ready to go deeper. No rush. Slow is real. And then inhale to walk yourself back up. And then we'll take the soles of feet together, knees apart in Badakanasana. Bring your hands together and behind you, sit up nice and tall, hands on the floor behind you. And gently turn your gaze up. And then you can stay with this or hold on to your feet and hinging from your hip creases instead of bending from the waist. Come forward with a nice long spine. Chest forward, shoulders away from ears, and breathe. You may also opt to use your arms on your legs if you like. Come on up, inhale, and now this time we'll round down as you exhale. So rounding the back, forehead toward the feet. And again, if you want to use your arms on the legs for a little extra stretch, you're more than welcome. Just be gentle. Inhale to come up. Now we'll take the legs wide in Upavista Konasana, hands behind you, sitting tall. This one can be challenging, so feel free to sit right here and just flex your ankles and feel that stretch. Just opening up. And then if you'd like to go deeper, bring your hands forward and just gently walk forward. So maybe just a little bit. We're still warming up. And just notice the sensation in the legs. Check in with your breath, making sure it's still steady. Come on back up. And then turning to the front of the mat, if you were sideways like I was, we'll make our way onto hands and knees for a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, chest forward, lift the chin and tailbone. Round the back, exhale, chin toward chest, pull the belly in and up. Press, press, press away. Inhale, widen through your collarbones, gently come forward. Now we're going to really emphasize this rounding as you exhale. Pull the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Once again, chest forward, shoulder blades toward the waist. Inhale, rounded back, really press away from the earth. Pull the ribs and belly in, lift the pelvic floor muscles. Then inhale to neutral. Walk your hands about a handprint forward. Turn the inner elbows gently forward as you make your way to down dog. And then walking your dog, bend one knee and the other. So the inner elbows, of course, won't face the front of the mat while you're here, but it does help with that rotation in the upper arms. Bending both knees, stretch back, spread your fingers, press down into the base of your fingers, lift through your forearms, and lengthen through your spine. This pose is great for taking the tension out of your back. If your neck feels a little sore, you can move it from side to side. Inhale to plank pose. Make sure the wrists are below the shoulders. Knees can be up or down. Your choice. Now exhale, just in plank, we're going to round just the upper back like we did a moment ago. So pull the ribs and belly in, press the back up. Then inhale, regular plank. Breathing here. And now next, exhale again, round the upper back like cat pose. But don't lift the hips. Keep those hips pretty much as low as they were, maybe just a tiny higher. Inhale, chest forward, heels back, firm the legs. Exhale, rounded back, chin toward chest. Pull the ribs and belly and lift your pelvic floor. And then stretch into down dog again. And breathe. Keep your arms and ears in line. Arms, shoulders distance, feet hips width. Then lift the right leg up, inhale, level hips. Now exhale. Draw the right foot by the right hand. Take the left knee down and pat up that left knee if you need any padding. Inhale, come into your low lunge, raising up through arrow straight arms as you sink forward. Keep pulling the right hip back. Now bending right elbow, take left hand on top, or so turn that right tricep in, or you can take the left hand behind and hold onto your hand or hold your shirt. And just sink in and breathe and relax around your neck. And just notice the sensation in those hip flexors and release it. Straighten the front leg, inhale, lengthen, and folding, exhale for half splits. Pull those toes back on the right leg and pull the right hip back so hips are level. So we start to stretch open those hamstrings a bit. Rebend the knee, hands on the inside. You can walk that right foot to the right a little and then press your right knee into your right shoulder. Stay there or come down onto your forearms. Keep the back knee down or lift it off the earth. Your choice. Best thing to remember to do is keep your breath steady. Some say the breath is the practice. We don't even have to do poses. So keep it nice and steady. And then walk onto the hands if you are on your elbows and step back into plank. Knees up or down, this is your choice. Shift forward, slow, 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 all the way down to your belly. And then interlace fingers at your low back or hook your thumbs. Pull the belly up, roll the shoulders away, and lift everything up for Shalabhasana. Lengthen your sitting bones toward the backs of your knees. Keep the back of your neck long. This is great to strengthen your back muscles and your core muscles. Release, hands by low ribs again, little cobra, and then lower down. Tuck the toes, knees can be up or down. Take a big breath in as you exhale, press, press, press to plank, and then lift into down dog again. Stretch back. Lift the left leg up on your inhale with level hips. So drop the outer hip as you lift it. Slowly place it by the left hand. Take the right knee down. Be sure to pad it up as needed. Try to keep your hips pointed straight ahead as you lift the arms. Gently shift the gaze up, but instead of letting your back overarch, pull your belly in. Then bending the left elbow, you can keep the right hand on it. Spin that tricep in on the left hand. An option to take the right hand behind to clasp or hold on to your shirt. Keep lengthening through your lower back as you sink here so you get a great stretch on the hip flexor on the right side and the left side too, actually. Keep the breath nice and steady. Roll that right shoulder back if the right hand is behind you. And then release, hands on either side of the foot, stretching out. Pull the toes back and lengthen. And then fold as you exhale. Keep pulling the left hip back. And just allow your breath to guide you into a little deeper stretch if that is feeling like someplace you want to go today. Just little by little. Be gentle, be kind. Rebend the knee. Walk that left foot to the left, a little hands on the inside of the foot. Press the left knee against the shoulder. Lengthen, inhale. You can stay right where you are or come to the forearms. Keep that back knee down or lift it up. Your choice. So try and keep that knee right into the left shoulder today if you can. Engage the low belly, engage the pelvic floor. This will help give you the strength you need to breathe and hold it. Just another breath here. You are doing great. You're super strong. Come on to the hands, lifting up. If you're on the forearms, step to plank. Always knees up or down is your option. Shift forward about an inch. It's a slow chaturanga. Bend the elbows back. Hug those elbows in towards your sides. Keep going all the way down to your belly. Interlace the other thumb or pinky on top. Pull the belly in, lift the pubic bone down, lift the shoulders away, and lift everything up. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Keep the back of your neck long, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Strengthening your back muscles, your core muscles. Keep your breath steady. That's a great one to keep your back nice and healthy. Hands by low ribs for Cobra, inhale, or to up dog with thighs and knees off the earth, shoulders above wrists. And then to down dog, stretching out your spine. It's almost like being in traction. It's an upside down pose. It's an inversion. So it's really good to keep your spine healthy and flexible. If anything ever gets to be too much, take a child's pose, push pause whenever you need. Come onto the balls of the feet, exhale everything out, and just take a little walk feet to hands. Then inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, and fold, exhale. Bend the knees as needed. Then inhale, reach up, look up, lengthen, and exhale to hands to heart. Samastitihi, steady balance. Turn to the long side of your mat. Step your feet out nice and wide. Turn your right leg out, back toes in, line up your front heel and your back arch. Yes, the right leg. There's the right leg. Arms up, inhale. And bend the knee over the ankle, exhale. Double check your knees above your ankle and point it right over your middle toes. Sink down as much as you're comfortable. And then take your back arm behind you and reverse. Right arm by the ear. And roll that left shoulder back. Sink into the front knee. Press your back thigh back and keep the muscles firm. Now lean forward, taking right forearm to thigh. Reach your left arm straight up to the sky and then swing it around in a big circle. Exhale. Take it behind your back, resting or hook it on the thigh. Left hand to the ankle or right hand to the ankle or keep the forearm on the thigh. Turn your chin to face the sky unless it bothers your neck and breathe here. Keep your breath steady. Looking down, inhale back to warrior two. Straighten the right leg, feet to parallel, then left leg turns out, right toes in, heel to arch. Bend the knee over the ankle as you exhale. Stretch out through your arms as if you're reaching for both sides of the room. Dropping the left hip down, pressing your back thigh back, and gently rotating the inner thigh to the sky. Bring your right arm behind your back and reverse. Breathing here as you sink down into that front leg, any amount, soften around your neck. Big side stretch, then come up, lean forward, get some length, taking left forearm to thigh, right arm straight up, and then exhale, sweep it in front of you and take it behind your back. Hook it on your thigh or rest it in the low back. You can keep your left arm where it was or hold on to the ankle. Lengthen the crown of your head forward, turn your chin toward the sky, and breathe. Thinking happy thoughts. If you bring to mind someone or something you love, it has a wonderful effect on your entire body. You hold that image as you practice. It's a really nice experience. Look down to come up, inhale. Take the feet to parallel, hands to hips. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. Hinge from your hip creases. Exhale, fingertips down. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, half lift. Keep your length as you fold forward any amount. Crown of the head is reaching toward the earth. It doesn't have to touch. Now shift the weight carefully toward the balls of your feet and start to firm the legs by lifting the kneecaps and firming your outer hips towards center and your inner thighs towards center. Breathe. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips, come all the way up, and then turn back to the front of your mat and line up your front heel, your right heel, with your left. Press your fist or your palms together. Inhale to look up, hinging from your hip creases. Exhale, forward. Pull your right hip back as you do. So you want to be heel to heel in the width of your feet or wider if you feel wobbly. Do your best to lift your shoulders. Then take the fingertips to the earth if they reach, and walk your fingertips back if that's too much. Of course, keep your hands on your leg, or you can keep your hands behind your back like we just had them. Firm down into the big toe mound of your front foot. Come forward halfway and take your left hand to the inside or the outside of your foot or on the shin, turning, reaching right arm up. Keep pulling the right hip back. I'm so left and right challenged today. I apologize. Imagine you're holding a yoga block between your inner thighs. Inhale, come up. We're going to just pivot back to feet parallel, hands on hips. Take the arms out and then on to just above your hips. Look up, inhale. Exhale, slide your hands down, holding the big toes or holding onto your legs. Lengthen, inhale, and then folding forward again. Exhale, Prasarita Badakanasana D. So once again, shift the weight gently toward the balls of the feet so it's not all in the heels. And crown of the head is reaching down. It may or may not touch. Firm your legs, firm your outer hips in towards center, the inner thighs as if you're holding a big beach ball between your thighs. Release your legs, come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips, then all the way up, turning to the back of the mat with the right foot in front. Square up your hips. Take your fists or your palms together behind you. Roll the shoulder heads back. Look up, lengthen, inhale. Hinging forward from the hip creases, fold any amount. So your feet are heel to heel or wider. Make sure the back toes face the back corner of your mat. And lift the shoulder heads away from the earth as you keep pulling the left hip back. And then you can stay or take fingertips down to the earth. And if you've got the room for it, you'll walk your hands towards your back foot. You do you. So take the pose that suits you the best. It's not always the deepest pose. It's not always the deepest pose for me either. Now taking your left hand to your low back, keep pulling the left hip back. Right hand can come to the inside, the shin, or the outside of the foot. Turn and lift up through your left arm. Keep your hips level. So you're twisting from above your waist. And the hips stay static. And soften around your neck as you breathe here. Looking down, inhale to come up. And then feet, again, parallel, and then we'll turn them out. Toes out, heels in, and drop your buns down toward the earth. Inhale, stretch your arms up high. Drop your tailbone, lift your hip points up toward your lower ribs. As you press your knees back, it is tricky, I know. And then bring your hands to your heart. And then come halfway down and press your right shoulder underneath your right arm and reach your left arm in line with your ear. And if the shoulder doesn't go below the thigh, no big deal. Come on back to center, arms outstretched, palms together. Halfway down, press your left calf with your left hand. Get that shoulder to move underneath or close to as you can. Right arm in line with ear. Stretch out through the side body as you stretch your shoulders, your hips, all kinds of things. Bring your hands back to center. Stretch the arms up slowly. Straighten the legs, arms to shoulder height. Exhale, step or hop together. Turn and face the front. Take a couple breaths here, eyes closed, and just notice how your body's feeling. It changes. Inhale, sit back, reach the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping, or if you float, land in chaturanga. Lower down through chaturanga if you stepped. Then inhaling up dog or cobra, it's always your choice. Exhale to downward dog. Now right away, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it by the right hand. Stand the ball of your back foot for high lunge, crescent. Bend the back knee, tilt your pelvis a little bit forward so you have length in the low back, and then straighten it. Be sure the right knee is over the ankle. As you exhale, allow your rib cage to draw in toward the body. Reach through arrow straight arms. Soften around the neck. Feel the strength in your body. Take the back foot flat. Line up heel to arch. Warrior two for a moment and then just reverse it right away. Inhale, stretch out that front leg, reverse triangle. Next, inhale, come back up, setting for triangle. You can keep the legs long or you can shorten your stance. Hinge from the hip, crease. Taking your hand down and anywhere on the leg. Stretch up through your top arm, lengthen through your side body. Keep that front hip moving under you as you firm into the big toe mound of your front foot. And then looking down, we're going to take half moon. So come forward, have your wrist under your shoulder, lift your left leg as you're ready. Lengthen your top sitting bone toward the heel. Find a steady gazing point to help with your balance. If you have a block handy, you can always put a block underneath your right hand. Makes it a little bit easier. Then bend the knee. We'll land in warrior two on an exhale. Take a breath in. As you exhale, windmill your arms down and come to plank. Lower through chaturanga, up dog on your inhale, and downward facing dog as you exhale. And we'll do the other side. Left leg up on your inhale, level hips. Exhale, step it up right by the left hand. Stand the ball of your back foot, stretch up through the arms, bend the back knee for a moment just to pull the belly and lengthen the low back, and then straighten it as much as it will. Make sure the left knee is above your ankle. As you exhale, draw the rib cage into the body and reach up through the arms. Feel that stretch through the arms. but then soften around the neck. Spin your back heel down, line up front heel and back arch for warrior two, and then dropping the back hand, the right hand reverse. Inhale, slowly straighten the legs, still reversing. Exhale, and then come up to set up for your triangle. Shorten the stance if you like to. Hinge from the hip crease, reach, reach, reach out, and then take your left hand wherever it reaches to comfortably. Stretch through the right arm. Draw the left sitting bone under you and lengthen through the torso, especially the bottom side of your torso. Look up only if it's okay with your neck. Breathe. Feel your muscles working, your body getting flexible. Bend the front knee a little. Coming to half moon, make sure the left hand is underneath your shoulder and it's on the little toe side of the foot. If you get wobbly here, move it further away from the little toe. Reaching through the top leg, engage your pelvic floor, engage your belly muscles to help with balance. Slowly return to warrior two. Take a breath in. Windmill the arms down. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than the elbows. Then inhale. Upward dog. Shoulders in line with wrists. Exhale. Downward dog. Stretch back. Breathe. Get the length through your spine. Firm your leg muscles. Reach your heels toward the earth. They don't have to touch. Let go of any tension. Come onto the balls of the feet, hips high. Exhale everything out. Lightly step or hop. Lengthen as you inhale and fold on your exhale. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, reach up, and then to stand. Samastitihi. And again, we'll bend the knees. Inhale to chair. And then exhale, folding forward. We're going to practice Bakasana. So you can stay in your forward fold or take your knees up toward the armpits. Keep your gaze forward. Shifting forward, maybe one or both feet will come up. Engage the belly and pelvic floor a lot. Keep breathing. Press away from the floor a little with that upper back, almost like a cat pose. Step or float for Chaturanga. Inhale, press through the hands and feet, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot up and draw the knee in toward the belly and then set it down. Back heel flat for warrior two. Stretch out through the arms. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, exhale, stay, bending the knee. Then inhale, straighten the leg, stay for the exhale. Coming back up, hinge from the hip crease, reaching out and down, triangle pose. Reach the left arm forward, down and around. Take it to the low back or hook it on the thigh, rolling your top shoulder open any amount. Keep that front hip drawing under you. Turn your chin up unless it bothers your neck. Then don't do it. Just look forward or down. Then looking down, we'll bend the knee over the ankle. Make sure it's lined up. Still with the arm around the back, and then option to take your right hand underneath your right thigh for an interlock. Don't force the interlock. If you have it, start to stretch out the arms and perhaps even stretch out the front leg a little bit. It gets more intense as you start to move towards straightening that front leg. So very carefully, very mindfully if you're going to give it a go. Release and come to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling for up dog. Exhaling back into down dog. And now we'll step the left foot, lift it up, and then thigh toward belly, shoulders above wrist. Use your core muscles, press away from the earth, belly engaged, and step it up by the left hand. Back heel down, lining heel to arch, warrior two. Reach through the arms, lift the chest, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, bend into your front knee. Inhale, straighten it slowly. Exhale here. Inhale, triangle pose. Hinge from the hip crease. Reach, reach, reach out and down. Take the left hand wherever it falls. Reach right arm forward. Sweep it down in front of you and then take it behind your back or hook it onto the thigh. Roll your top shoulder open any amount. breathe here. Let your shoulder, top shoulder, bottom shoulder, let them soften with your breath. Your breath will guide you into the pose that's best for you. Bend the front knee and keep left forearm on thigh and keep it right there, or slide it down to the ankle. Or if you're interlocking, take it underneath the thigh, reaching for your hand or your clothing, and then roll that top shoulder back, stretch out the arms a little bit, firm the back leg, and root down into the outer edge of the back foot as well as the front heel. Staying here, or perhaps slowly, mindfully, carefully straightening the front leg as much as it will, not forcing it straight. You want to keep a little softness in those knee joints whenever you're weight bearing. So being gentle and kind. Inhale, come to warrior two. Exhale and windmill the arms down to plank. Chaturanga, up dog on your inhale. And back to down dog as you exhale. Even out your breath. If you want to break, push the pause button and take it. In fact, let's all just take a little child's pose and take some really deep breaths, deepest breaths of your day as you're here. And now come onto your knees and come onto the backs of your hands. If you walk them forward, palms facing up, you'll get a little more stretch in the wrists. And now turn them so fingertips face you. And if you walk them forward, again, you'll get a little more stretch, but loosen those elbow joints. I'm not being a very good example right now. If it hurts to turn fingers to you, turn your fingertips toward the outsides of the mat instead. Soften those elbows, Leslie. Come on. And then we'll turn the wrists, make some circles, and extend the arms and come into down dog again. Little wrist love. Onto the balls of the feet. Exhale everything out. Keep your hips high. Step or hop forward with your feet on the outsides of your hands. So make your adjustment. Forgot to give you the warning. So you're going to, just like we did before, press the hand into the calf. Get your right shoulder and left shoulder under, and then start to sit back. If you can't reach the floor, you can put hands on blocks if you have them. Now, see if you can get the butt down. Got to get those shoulders, those legs up on as high onto the shoulders as you can. And then fingertips will face the front. Hands on blocks if you have them. And then if you can, and I'm having a little trouble today, crossing one foot over the other. Yep. Or not, Just do what you can do, but squeeze the legs on the arms as much as you can. This is called Karnapidasana. It's shoulder pressing pose is what it translates to. So you really got to press your legs onto the shoulders. And then maybe you'll even stretch the legs out a little bit for Firefly, Basana. Who knows? Do what you like. And then bringing the legs back. And maybe you can get into Bakasana there and then jump back into Chaturanga. That's a fun thing to do. Inhaling to up dog, exhale to down dog. I used to do that. I haven't done it in a while, so it's not really in my body at the moment. But you know what? That's okay. I still like myself. Step or hop and come to seated. Press the backs of the hands together, fingertips point down, then point them towards yourself and up, and then the palms. So fingers down, so you're making kind of a circle with your hands. And then as you're circling with your wrists, giving them some love, bring your hands all the way up, kind of like a waterfall. Going up and then going the other way. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Okay. I probably am a little bit cookie today. Come all the way back down. Giving those wrists lots of love. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And then lower yourself slowly onto your back. Heels under knees, toes pointing in. And we'll come to bridge. So pressing into the heels, lift up, roll the shoulders under. And you can hold the sides of the mat, pull or interlace fingers. Spin your inner thighs down toward the mat. Lengthen your sitting bones towards the backs of your knees and keep your neck long. fill up with breath. Belly, rib cage, chest on the inhale, and then slowly, smoothly exhaling all the air out. And then we'll come down. Let your knees drop in toward one another, feet a little wide, or soles of the feet together, knees apart. Place a hand on your heart center, hand on your belly, and visualize that person or that thing that brings you such joy and happiness. Get a clear picture of it and feel how that makes your body feel. When you can tap into joy, your life will change. Heels under knees again. Inhale to lift up. Rolling the shoulders under. Interlace the fingers or not. Keep the heels pressing down firmly. You could even lift the toes here if you wanted to. Neck is long, but the chest is moving toward the chin. Breathing. You're really strengthening the hamstrings, the glutes. Then come on down, knees in toward one another, or soles of feet together, knees apart. Now see if you can connect with that feeling of joy and think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. When you add an active practice of gratitude to your life, and with those feelings of joy and happiness, your life will completely transform. And then you just intend and you visualize what you want to bring into your life and just watch. Sit back and enjoy the show. And bring the knees back up, heels under knees again. We'll do another bridge pose, or if you take Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, come onto the crown of the head, line up wrists and elbows, and then press up. Make sure that your toes continue to point slightly in toward each other. Spin the inner thighs down, lengthen sitting bones to backs of knees, press your shoulder blades toward your chest to wide open that heart, and then come down. Hug the knees in. Oh, I love this part. Give yourself a hug. Rock a little side to side. You can roll to your right and press up, or you can keep rocking and rolling all the way up to seated. Take 2 or 3 of them. Come on up and extend your legs. Press your heels down. Pull your toes back. Sit tall. Reach up. Inhale. Hinge from the hips. Reach for the feet or the legs. And then come forward. Exhale. So we want to stretch out our low back and mid back after our back bends. So if your hamstrings are a bit tight, then bend your knees so you can get a nice stretch through your spine here. Breathing, relaxing, deep, smooth breaths. Keep the crown of the head lengthening forward instead of letting your head drop, because you want this nice long line of energy from the crown of the head to the base of your spine. Inhale and release. And then we'll slowly lift the legs, hands behind the legs, and then grab onto your big toes with your first 2 fingers or your legs. Stretch out the right, keep the left knee bent, and then bend both. Now stretch the left leg out to the left, keeping the right bent, and now maybe stretch both. So engage your low belly, engage your pelvic floor, lift your chest. Now let go of the legs and see if you can hold them up there. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up. You're so strong. You're totally doing this. You've got strong legs. And then grab those toes again, because those feet are right there. You might wobble, you might rock back. Doesn't matter. Just breathe. And now slowly take the feet together. If you have back issues, bring your hands on the floor to lower yourself down. If you don't, lower slowly using your muscles. Nice work, my friend. Bend your knees. Shift your hips a little bit over to the right and drop your knees to the left. You can cross right knee on top of left if you like. Turn your belly toward the sky. Long breaths here in your twist. Twisting is so good for your digestive system. It's really good to keep your spine flexible. Do a twist every day if you can. Take another big breath. Bring your head to center and your knees and hips to center. And then shift the hips a little bit over to the left, knees to the right. Crossing the right knee over the left if you'd like to go a little deeper. Looking over the left shoulder, turning belly to the sky. Deep breaths. And while you're here today, I invite you to join our community by pushing the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you know when new videos come out and you can practice with me. I love practicing with you. So join by just hitting subscribe. It's completely free, no obligation. Just love to have you. Come back to center. Bring your knees and hips to center. Lift your legs toward the sky. And take your hands, sliding them to the backs of the legs, any amount, and stretching one more time your knees towards your face. They might not get anywhere near there. It doesn't matter. Bend your knees, whatever you need to do. Just a nice one last stretch for your low back. Maybe your hamstrings if the legs are straight, or even if they're bent, you could feel a stretch there. And then we'll return the legs up toward the sky, bend the knees and hug the knees in. Nice deep breath and relax. You can even sigh it out. Feels good. Just hugging the knees in, focus on deep cleansing breaths. Return your feet to the floor, lengthen through your lower back, and lengthen your shoulders away from your ears. Then let your feet flop open. Bring your arms a little bit away from the sides of your body with your palms facing up. Relax your forehead and your jaw. And now just come to natural breathing. If you have any discomfort in your low back, then bend your knees and place your feet on the floor instead. Relax. Our quote today comes from Rumi, the Sufi poet. I love his work. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana, rest. Take a deep breath and wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrists, ankles, arms, legs, long stretch overhead, reaching, stretching, and then bending your knees, roll to your right side, pausing a moment. Take this opportunity to honor yourself, thank yourself for showing up and taking care of you. Make your way to seated, bring the hands together. Hands to your forehead, reminding you to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart, reminding you to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth, reminding you to have clear and loving communication. Sending out love to all beings everywhere. Namaste. If you enjoyed this class, you really want to work on your course some more, I made a special class just for you. There's a link in the description below. It's also pinned at the top of the comments. And if you want more like this, people really love this video. And in addition, try this.